Hello, my regulars, and welcome new listeners to the Reese on the Regular podcast. I am so excited for today's episode. I have Ava on here. You guys are going to absolutely love her.
I'm Ava. I went to AC as well as Reese. We have a bunch of mutual friends, and she's so pretty, and I'm so happy to be here. Like, I've been literally wanting to do this for so long.
No, same. I'm so
fun.
excited.
No, I'm so excited to literally just talk, get to know, because we're literally like getting to know each other right now.
No, we are. Like this genuinely. Conversation is just going to be a catch up for us. So I'm excited.
Yeah,
but it's also
so
going to be super helpful for you guys and anyone who is going through any sort of transfer process at school or considering maybe checking out other schools. This is going to be
definitely
super helpful for you. So we're going to be talking about Ava's transfer journey. To start, just tell everyone where you went to school previously and where you are now.
I was never like, ready for college. The whole college thing kind of freaked me out because, I was never one of those students who was always doing good. Like, I was always like at guidance for some random ass reason. I always loved music. So, Berkeley College of Music was always where I wanted to be. So I applied to Berkeley. I got into Berkeley. I graduated in 2022. So last semester I was there. And now I'm at Belmont University in Tennessee. Totally a switch up.
Big switch up.
Definitely.
And so how are you liking it?
Honestly, I love it. And it's so weird that I'm saying that because, like, I was really nervous. Like, genuinely, like, I was so nervous. I was like, I'm going to hate this. Like, I don't even like Berkeley. I don't even want to be in school. Like, I'm not going to like this. Mm-hmm. Stick it out. Because if you don't even like it, literally just, I was so convinced I didn't like it. But it's all about finding your group of friends. It's like, now I'm home, and I can't wait to go back. So right now, I am loving it. My major is a pain, but we're doing okay.
So we're gonna get into all of that, but I just wanted to start with that intro. And I feel like last time we talked, you were like just getting out of your old school and you still like didn't know your path yet. And so that's like so exciting to hear that you're loving it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like switching up a path is like never easy. I mean, I've always been someone who just like wants to be so inspirational and do their own thing. And like, I really don't even know what I want to do. And for so long, it was music. It's just my whole life has been music. Like I did Berkeley summer camp since I was like 12. Finding my path has been definitely not even easy, not even a little bit. I'm sure that's like you and like everything, like everyone's path is so different.
No one knows what they want to do, especially
Nobody
at such a young age. It's so hard in college to like really figure it out.
Yeah.
Like I've picked out a major and I've picked out my school, but I still every day I'm like, okay, what do I want to do?
No, literally.
Like when I graduate.
I can't even imagine.
Tough.
There's seniors like switching their major. I mean, that gives me stress. I don't know how that happens, but whatever helps. I mean, right now I'm studying music business, which is, I love it and hate it. I'm not good at math, so I'm kind of just still figuring that out. I definitely just got into audio engineering, which I think is super interesting, so who knows where that path will lead me.
Yeah, and so how did you get into that?
Since I'm doing music and like music business, you're kind of like obligated to take these whole kind of like classes. Like you have to take, macro, micro,
right,
economics,
all like your
and
gen
all that
eds and
stuff.
requirements.
Yeah, of course. Since it's also the music stuff, you got to like do audio engineering, like technology, like basic stuff. Mm-hmm. But we actually just opened that whole chapter kind of thing this semester. That has been really fun. I mean, I just got into Foley, which is like adding sound effects to movies and stuff. So
that's like so cool.
No,
because
it
I've
is
never
really
had
cool.
to study anything like that for my major, obviously, but I feel like that's so fun.
It is really fun. It's definitely a pain though, because there's just some things like it's a lot of physics, like you learning about the acoustics in a room. Like this room, actually, I could literally give you too much information about it. I don't know why. Like
that's
now
crazy.
I walk into rooms and I'm examining rooms. I'm like, okay, well that's little soundproof right there. And that's that. It's really cool, actually.
That's so cool. The first thing I'm curious about is what really contributed to your decision to transfer schools?
When people go to college, it's kind of just like, in my opinion, I feel like you're high school and then you're going to college and then you have to work. And it's like all around. Mm-hmm. Like everyone's kind of expecting you to go down this one easy journey. Like everyone kind of has like their goals and what they want you to do and what they want you to have. To transfer schools, it was just because I grew up in like doing music. So obviously Berkeley College of Music, like what? You're going to turn this down? You're not going to go there? Honestly, it's a great school. For me, it was just, I didn't like the city campus. I was going shopping on Newbury Street when I literally should have been like studying
That would
for an
be really
exam.
tough for me.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, it was bad. Like Urban Outfitters literally became like my study place, and I wasn't even, it was bad. But
Not studying.
yeah, no, literally. The city played a big role in like how I wanted to get out of it, kind of. I was like, I grew up here, you know, I know everything here. I got to move on. I got to find some kind of common ground where I can just be myself and also just like start over.
Yeah.
Starting over was a huge thing for me. I feel like nowadays, like a lot of people struggle with like finding who they are, like genuinely, and like believing what they want, and like knowing too many people and familiar faces. And I would try to show my new college friends like the feast, and I would run into, you know, like everyone. And it was just like, then I'd have to introduce, and it's just a whole thing.
You just want a new fresh path, new start.
Oh, literally like a new canvas. So, you know, obviously I was really distraught. I mean, I was like all over the place. I was like, okay, well, music, I mean, I have to stay here, but, you know, like I can't stay here and be myself and start new and start over and meet new people, because it's kind of connected to home. And then I just wanted to get out of that. And I made the decision after having a really weird, hard first semester at Berkeley. You know, my professor passed away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I still failed the class. We don't have to talk about that. And then, you know, my Nana died 2 days later. So it was just a whole thing, and I just had this whole mental block.
Yeah.
And the mental blocks literally interfere with my daily life. I can't do well if I have so many layers of stuff going on.
Right.
It's just, you know, it's just how it is. It's like, how are you going to do well and be who you are in this community where you just feel so held back? So that was my decision. I just had to stop. I needed a minute coming out of COVID, and I bet you relate to this too. And it's like coming out of COVID, going into college, whoa. Like, I don't even remember how to do this or that.
Yeah.
I took the semester off, the spring semester, and I worked full time, which was great.
What were you doing for work?
I was a nanny.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was absolutely like amazing. I was making like great money a week, being paid weekly. I had a car. I was driving. I had my weekends off, 2:30 to 6:30. It was the dream life. Literally, it was perfect. I feel like that's a lot of thing when parents are like, you're going to gap year, you're going to take a semester off. It's like kind of just like, no, you're not. You're not going to work. You're not going to want to go back. I set up a thing in my head where I was like, I got to go back to school by fall. And that's what I did. I took the spring semester off. I had all summer. And I was like, you know what? I just got to go. Because nowadays people want a degree. Unless you're going into like HVAC, like trade or like hair or something. I don't have that brain. I literally expected to move to LA. I was like, I'm going to LA and I'm going to be an actress or a singer.
Hey, still possible.
We can do it. Let's do it together. This podcast will be our legit like stardom.
Seriously. I'm bringing you on, co-host.
Do it, literally. Yeah, that decision was definitely hard, but here we are, back in Tennessee.
And so you mentioned how parents kind of play a role in like, oh, you shouldn't take a gap year, things like that. Were you ever nervous about telling your parents or any of your friends that you were thinking of transferring, and how did they take the news?
Yes. I feel like a lot of the time when you're making such a huge decision, you're going to have like everyone put their opinion in. Like, and you just want everyone to be silent. It's like all you need is someone to listen. And it became like not really pressure, but kind of just like I need to clear my head. I've always kind of felt like I've been claimed, or whatever the word is, to like, I don't even know claimed, like that's to like be the kid who like doesn't take school seriously, doesn't ever know what's going on, like just funny all the time. And yeah, I kind of get a kick out of myself too.
I mean, come on.
It's like, come on. But like at the end of the day, it was just nobody understood. Nobody could see where like I was coming from. Like, how don't you want to be here? You're literally in Boston. You're close to home. You're doing what you love. You're meeting all these new people. Why do you want to even drop out? And it's not even like everyone hears that. Everyone hears drop out or take a gap year. Fight or flight goes off. And they're just like, oh my God, you're going to be a dropout. You're going to be nothing. No. Like, I set my goals up, like what I wanted to do. I mean, I had a month or two of like, what the heck? But that was just my resting period. And I made it clear. I was like, as long as I'm working, just like, you know.
You've got to be doing something during that
Oh,
time,
for sure.
whether it's working or whether it's just actively looking for another school or for your passion, figuring it out. But sitting around, then it's like, okay, you can see someone's point of, oh, you're just going to drop out type of thing.
Exactly.
But, you know, if you're staying busy and figuring out your path, I think it's so important not to continue to waste money on a school that you're not
and that
truly
was a
happy at.
big part of it too. No, Berkeley is like ridiculous. I mean, it was like 80 grand for a year. And
Crazy.
like even with financial aid, they gave me like 2,000, which is like, okay,
Like,
thanks.
thanks.
Like, I'm so happy. Thank you.
It's saved me.
I can go to college now. No, it's not like that. I wasn't gonna do nothing. I have ADHD coming out of my ears. I literally need to be doing something all the time.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, it's like I need to run. I need to go somewhere. That's why I actually got into working out a lot, because
Yeah.
my head was like everywhere. And then I was like, you know what? I need to get out of here. So yeah, nobody's going to be happy with the fact that you're not staying in school. But it's like at the end of the day, do what you feels right. And I preach this. I say do what you want to do at the end of the day, because it only affects you.
Now you're so much happier.
I
You
mean,
never known.
still a basket case.
But aren't we all? So how did you go about choosing Belmont as a new school? Like, what factors contributed to your decision?
Music. That's what my whole head was kind of still going at, because I do love it. It's truly where my heart is, no matter what, I'm kind of doing with it. I want to be a writer. I mean, that's my goal. I actually heard about Belmont through a good friend of mine prior to Berkeley. I was probably like a junior in high school, and she mentioned Belmont. And I was like, no, why would I ever want to go to Tennessee? I don't want to be in the South. I need my seasons, blah, 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 this, that. So I went to Berkeley, and I never got around to even touring the school, because like it was such a weird time during COVID and everything. It's like, how I can't just pack up my things and go tour the school. That was one of the things I did during that semester off. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go look at Belmont. And I went there. And the campus is beautiful. I don't know if anyone's ever been to the South, to Tennessee. Go. Nashville.
I need to come visit.
You literally come visit, and your sisters and your mom.
We're all coming.
No, literally all come. Belmont's great. You would love Nashville.
Oh,
It's like so cute. I mean, the boutiques just stole my money. I have no money. I sold my car, and I have no money, and now I have no car. So it's fine.
You'll make it back.
I'll make it back. Money comes back. But yeah, choosing Belmont, I mean, it's probably the best decision I made. I mean, the people, Southern hospitality is real. Like, I come from here, and it's like everyone's kind of rude here. Like,
Yeah.
no, like not kind of like very rude. Like nobody cares. It's kind of la-di-da. You go down to Nashville or the South even, they hold the door for you. They're asking, do you want some honey with that? I'm like, sure. I'm like, yeah, I do. And it's literally like a biscuit. I eat biscuits, and it's fun. The music scene is what really got me. I mean, someone there. Everyone is someone there. It's like I was sitting at my orientation and for transfer orientation, and I was sitting next to this girl, and we were talking, nice to meet you, I'm Ava, blah, 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 I'm from Boston. Oh, I'm Angelique, I'm from here. Oh, cool. And then she goes on about saying how her dad is a writer, and I was like, oh, cool, he's a songwriter. He is actually one of the Warren brothers, which is huge, and writes for Tim McGraw and
Oh my God.
Taylor Swift and Lee Brice and all these people, and oh God, it's so great. And I mean, everyone there has, their thing, and that's so awesome to meet people with so many experienced like cultures and backgrounds.
Yeah, and that probably inspires you a lot too.
Oh, for sure. It's like even when I'm writing now, it's like my style has totally changed, and it's just great. So Belmont, yeah. Go to Nashville.
Just like the environment you need to be in.
Oh, literally.
Boston wasn't doing it for you.
No, and I love it here, but I don't love it that much. I mean, I love it when it's on me.
Exactly.
But not when I'm like, going to the feast with my new roommates and showing, oh, hi, I went to like elementary school with this person.
Right.
So it's like new chapter.
I
miss it. I'm thinking about it and I miss it, but I don't miss it that much. No,
Yeah.
but I do.
But you do. So obviously with transferring, there was a lot of things you were going into just not knowing what to expect.
Yeah.
Did you ever fear the unknown, and how did you handle that?
I think everyone fears the unknown. I mean, some people love like the fact of like new adventure, new adventure. I do too. I am all about being like spontaneous and for the moment. I literally wanted to like go to Europe. And you're going.
Yeah.
So good for you. And that's awesome. I want to come. I want to go. I'll visit. I literally have to renew my passport wherever it is. I will do that. So, I mean, obviously, just with the fact that I'm moving to a new state, it's a plane ride away. It's not even like I can just come home whenever. It's a whole new chapter. So, yeah, I was really scared. I didn't know what to expect. I don't know how Nashville is. But, you know, then I was like, this will be so good. And by the time August came around to move in, I was so ready. I was home for like 9 months.
Yeah.
So like literally sharing a room with my sister, seeing my family every second of the day, which I love them with all my heart, but God, like, no, I don't know how to function now.
Right. Going from like a semester at school to being home for that long.
Exactly.
It's like a huge adjustment.
No, yeah. And even at Berkeley, like, I was still on campus, but I was literally like coming home for dinner. And which is another thing. I was too close to home. So being far away has definitely like made me more mature. I mean, I'll still laugh at stupid jokes and like say stupid things, but like coming home is so I need to do my own thing now. It's like which is one of the reasons I need a car, but that is so fine.
It's okay.
It's okay. We'll be famous. And then we won't have to.
We'll get driven around.
I know, literally. I didn't even ask for anything for Christmas. I literally just asked for cash.
Really?
I said, just give me money with a bow.
I need money.
I do. I'm literally like with a cup. I'm like, please. I literally will. That's me.
So once you got over the fear, what was the most exciting thing for you about starting a new journey?
I love being all over the place. I mean, I try my best to be organized and all cute and like know what I'm doing. I don't. And I feel like that's something that's not even talked about enough is because I feel like everyone tries to be so on top of their shit.
Yeah.
But like they're not. I can't tell you the amount of times I've had so many things I wanted to do and just haven't done it. And this is something I really wanted to do. Like genuinely, I felt it. I was so nervous. You know, it was a whole bunch of things. It was like, I'm not going to meet any friends. I'm going to want to come home. What if I have a mental breakdown? What if this? What if that? First of all, I was in a new state, which is kind of like bad because I thought I was on vacation for at least a month. And I was going shopping and I was like going out to Broadway. So I was really excited to like explore that whole
just like explore a new place.
Explore. Like that's literally what I wanted to do. I always wanted to be a farm girl. Nashville is not like that. It's not like I'm wearing overalls and like eating hay. I mean, I low-key want to be that, but I love it. And that was something I really wanted to do. Like, despite that anxiety and fear, it was like, I'm going to be on my own for the first time. And it's like great now. It's like I go over to my friend's like house and she has a house and it's a house. It's like and nobody really knows where I am. I mean, everyone knows I'm in Nashville, but it's not like
you're just doing your own thing.
I'm doing my own thing. So that is something I was super excited about. You know, just exploring this new place and trying new restaurants and being able to tell people like if they're going to visit where to go.
Yeah.
I think that's so cool. It's like, I'm flying down to Nashville. Do you know any places? Like, yeah. Like I do. Go to 12 South, go to Broadway, but don't stay out too late because people get crazy. Like I can put you in a nice hotel. Like there's that. I mean, I can't do it, but you can, but I can tell you where. And I work at a coffee shop connected to a hotel. And it's just, I have my own little life there.
Yeah.
And the more I'm actually thinking about it and talking about it now, I'm just like appreciating it more. Because I actually haven't talked about it like this, where it's just like me just like going off about this new place that I've found honestly my best friends at.
Yeah. And just like seeing how far you've come, like looking back when you were just like so confused about what you wanted to do and now. Yeah.
And like you're close to home too. And like I can only imagine like you still have your own little life.
Yeah.
It's like you're going here, there, it's everything.
It's just so fun.
And it's so different than high school.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's like
I like totally changed as a person after high school just because of like that whole exploring and independence, just time of your life. That's what this is.
It's just literally time of your, it's like an era. It's like literally, it's crazy. It's like everyone needs to do their own thing.
Yeah.
I need to practice what I preach, because listening to myself right now, I'm like, God, she is so wise. She's so wise.
I'm sure there's a lot of emotional stress that came with that big decision.
Yeah.
How did transferring and just going through that process affect your mental health?
Yeah. I mean, obviously mental health is so important. Like, you cannot, and I've come to learn this, like, you cannot do good in something you love while having burden on you, like having a huge thing on you. I've struggled with like anxiety, you know, sadness. Everyone kind of gets in these little moods, and I don't know, COVID really did it for me. COVID really, you know, kicked me to the ground, being like a sophomore when it started in high school, and then it literally just ending, kind of like senior year was kind of just like
totally robbed you of like your whole
literally
high school experience.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I can't tell you what I learned junior year math. I can't tell you. I mean, I never know what's going on in math, but you ask me about COVID math, please.
COVID math was
COVID, a blur. And I mean, that alone impacted, you know, how I see things. I struggled with a lot of body stuff, like, you know, just like, because I was sitting at home and everyone was doing Chloe Ting.
I was doing Chloe Ting. It was ruining me.
Always Chloe Ting. And I was on TikTok, and, you know, I was just like, God, I need to get out. I need to be better. I need to do this. I don't work out enough. I do this. And that's when I really got into like working out and stuff. Because COVID just, you know, shifted my head. You know, I'm getting really deep and stuff, but I feel like it's so necessary, because everyone, I feel like a lot of people, like everyone is struggling with like something, and you never know.
You never know.
You never know. And that's something I literally want to say all the time. I want that like tattooed on my forehead. It's literally like, someone's always struggling. You don't know. And I wasn't eating, and every time I would eat, I would be like, why am I eating this? And then I'd feel guilty, and then I'd count my calories, which was so bad for me. And then like I'd go for a run, and then I'd get so sick to my stomach because I went for that run without eating, and then I'd do the same cycle. And, you know, that impacted my mental health extremely, because I was starting to believe something that, you know, obviously wasn't real life.
It wasn't, no.
And, you know, I had to get out of that. So moving to school, I was nervous that I was going to fall into that trap, because like everyone's always talking about, oh, make sure you're active, make sure you're doing this, just walk to class. Like, and then something small happens and it sets you off, because you're stressed and you have exams and you're tired and you just don't sleep. I don't know why this is a thing. I used to go to bed at 10, and now it's 1 a.m. and I'm just like up for no reason, not even on my phone. I'm just up, wide awake. It's been an emotional roller coaster. I mean, but that's just, sometimes you just got to say that's life. And I got a new therapist, which I highly encourage people to go, because just talking, honestly, just ranting to someone who listens, that's all you need sometimes, is someone to listen. You don't even need to say anything, or him.
Or need the opinions.
Yeah, you just need
gotta get it out.
Exactly.
And hear your own voice.
Literally. And sometimes that's why I can't journal, because I feel like nobody's listening.
Right.
It's just me listening. But therapy, it's like, it's just so nice to have someone who's there, who doesn't know you, but who can hear it for what it is. And it's just so calming. It's like, mental health is so important in college, and like staying on top of your stuff, but also giving yourself the breaks you need. I got a job right out of the gate at a coffee shop, which is great. I love it. I love my coworkers, but I had to cut back my hours. It's like, you can't be doing this. You can't be juggling all this stuff.
Yeah.
It just won't, you know, benefit. You won't benefit from it. So, I mean, mental health was a huge thing for me. And now it's just like learning how to maintain it. It's like, yeah, it's going to be there. It's still in the back of my head. Yeah, I'm still worrying about this, and that. But like, at the end of the day, coping mechanisms, whatever you have to do, I find peace in walking.
Yeah.
Because when I'm really stressed, I need to hot girl walk that shit. I really do.
True. I'm like, all right, I need to put it away for a second.
Yeah.
I need to go outside, get the air.
Air, lay down on the grass. I need to touch grass like every time. I feel like it's just like something about being outside when you're stressed. It's like, you need to just look around, and just like, sometimes and the more I do it, I want to leave my phone at home too.
Yeah.
I just want to like disconnect, which is something I'm working on. It's so important. College is so stressful.
It is, yeah.
It really is.
And it's so hard, I feel like, for people our age right now to disconnect with social media being like such a big thing, and so it's tough.
Yeah, especially with social media. I mean, I gotta stop. I keep
hard.
checking my screen time. It makes me sick.
Up.
It makes me sick. It does. No, I look at it and I'm like, come on, you can do better than that.
I know. It's tough. And then you do
is.
the time constraints on certain apps and it goes off and you get rid of it and you continue to go on the app. And
Yeah.
it's just tough. You just have to do it.
Yeah.
And it feels good when you do it.
See, touch grass.
You just have to touch the grass.
You just gotta
walk,
touch the grass and walk. I'm telling
stare
everyone.
into the sky.
Ugh.
Just appreciate what's around you for a
Seriously.
minute. So did you get into therapy when you started college or was that beforehand?
Oh, God. I've been in therapy since I was like 3rd grade.
Out the womb.
Yeah, literally out the womb. There was always something I needed to get off my chest. Always something. I cried all the time as a kid. Like, even now. It's like, I'll cry at anything. And I just feel like, I mean, just the way I grew up and stuff, I have a crazy background, but, you know, it's just like, I won't get too much into that. Because it's just obvious and literally. And, you know, therapy has always been there.
Yeah.
It's like kind of always been in my life. I don't pressure anyone to go to therapy because I hate when people do that to me.
Yeah.
It's like, you need therapy.
You need what's right for you.
You need what's
whether
right for
that's
you.
therapy or walking or journaling.
Or touching grass.
Or touching grass.
It's fine.
Everyone has their own coping mechanism.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not one to like ever tell people what they need. But, you know, I do encourage it. I just got a new therapist. And honestly, it's about finding the right fit for you.
Yeah.
Because it is really difficult to find like the right person for you. But I just recently started encouraging it because like literally a month ago, I was like, I don't need therapy. There's literally a video of me
Stop.
crying, saying I don't need therapy. And you know,
She
I
needed
need therapy. I literally do.
Let's lighten things up. I'm curious,
Literally.
what new opportunities did transferring bring into your life?
So Boston doesn't have a good, they do, not necessarily bad, but not a lot of opportunity in Boston. I mean, the bars are really strict here, and in Nashville too, bars are strict anywhere. But for playing wise, I mean, I grew up loving music. I said that before, I'll say it again. I'll say that till I die. So I've always kind of dabbled in like writing, singing, and guitar and all, piano and all this stuff. And I got into piano around 12 years old. And I tried lessons and I hated lessons. I hated when people were teaching me things. I don't want to learn the scale, C, D, E, F, G, like A, B, C, and then it goes on forever. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I kind of had to take that into my own hands. So I learned that and I learned guitar and, you know, it all kind of came together because I don't know why. It just did. So writing is definitely something I've always wanted to chase after. Once I started playing instruments and stuff, I loved it. And once I moved to Nashville, a lot of things like kind of opened up for me. You obviously have to put the effort in.
Right.
I mean, my biggest thing with this, or anyone in the arts at all, or anyone doing anything, imposter syndrome is real.
Yeah.
Like, I can't tell you, I was at Berkeley and I still felt like the worst person musically ever. It doesn't really matter where you go. I mean, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It's just like, you got to put the effort in. Nobody's going to know you're talented or this or that if you don't let people know. It's like, you can't just sit there and like silence and be like, I can sing.
Yeah.
It's like nobody would know that if you didn't put your stuff out there. That's something I'm really struggling with, the confidence to like, because you're around everyone who's so good, especially in Nashville. It's like you walk into a bar, it's like, what? Like, how are you not on tour right now? And maybe they are, because everyone's someone in Nashville. I started doing little things like writing rounds, which is when you like get in a group of songwriters, like usually 3 or 4. And you go to a bar and you book your spot. You do one song, they do one song, another song. And you
So
get to
fun.
like explore your style and meet co-writers and people want to play with you in bands, and a lot of opportunities can open from that. I mean, a lot of
just something small like that.
exactly.
You never know where
you
that's
never
gonna take
know.
you.
I mean, Taylor Swift. I mean, obviously it's very
Everyone
different
starts somewhere.
now. Everyone does. I mean, obviously it's really different now, which is another thing. TikTok is a huge marketing thing
Yeah.
for music, for businesses, for
Everything.
inventions. It's like a lot of labels actually just find their next big artist on TikTok. Zach Bryan. I mean, it's not like it's more competitive now. I mean, like Taylor Swift was discovered at Bluebird, which is a huge cafe in Nashville. Everyone wants to play there. And everyone is so good. It's not like you're going to do this and just be famous. It's a process. But I've been lucky enough to, gain up some confidence to play out and show people my stuff. And I'm still working on it, but those have been great opportunities. Even not without music, it's like work-wise. Like I meet great musicians through work, and then I just meet people through work. And I've had great opportunities to meet people in general. It was really hard for me to get out of my head because I took that gap semester. So I was hanging with my older sister's friends, and we became this little clan. And I was like, God, I don't know how to socialize with a 19-year-old ever again.
Yeah.
And for a minute, that's what it was. Because, she's 24. I'll be friends with anyone. Yeah, you could be 80 and I'd be crocheting with you. Literally. You're going to die. It's okay. I'll be at your funeral. You were my friend. Anyway. But yeah, great opportunities. Nashville's definitely great.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What was like the coolest opportunity that you've had?
I met Noah Khan.
Stop.
No, yeah. This was crazy. Okay. This wasn't even because I do music or anything. I wish it was, but that I'm joyful anyway. I work at this really cool coffee shop, and it's connected to this really nice hotel where a lot of celebrities stay because, it's just the main thing in Nashville, the main hotel. It's in a great area. And it's nice. I'm not going to lie. It is nice. So obviously, if they can afford it, they're going to stay.
Right.
My very good friend was working that day. And she said, you need to come over here. Noah Khan has just ordered a coffee. I go, no, he didn't. And I got in an Uber, and I went down there, and I see him. So I pretended, because I'm stupid, and I thought I was, cool and, mysterious. So I called nobody. I held up the phone to my ear, started pacing outside, pretending I was in a fight with someone to make it look like I wasn't stalking him, even though I just saw him standing against his car. Definitely did not want to be bothered. But, I was walking, and I was like, oh, yeah. And then I hung up the phone, and I walked by him, and then I just had to say something.
You had to.
I had to. He's from Vermont. So I go up to him, and I'm like, are you Noah Khan?
Are you?
No, literally. I can't even talk about it. I'm surprised I'm telling this. It's so embarrassing because I didn't even meet him in a, hi, nice to meet you. I would literally go, are you Noah Khan? And he goes, yes, ma'am. But he was so awkward that it made me awkward because I'm not an awkward person. I just feed off of awkward people.
Right.
So it's yes, ma'am. So I walked away, and then I go back up to him, and I'm like, I really like your music. And walked away. It hurts me because I wish I said more. I was oh my God, I'm a writer. You're from Vermont, I'm from Boston. Let's hang out.
Right.
Obviously he wouldn't, but you never know.
Never know.
And his guitarist went to Berkeley and knows a bunch of mutual friends. So I went to his concert that night, literally impulse bought tickets. Aww. My friend was convinced he invited us.
The night that you met him?
Yeah. No, I know. I made a sign. I said, I made your coffee.
Oh my.
No, it's
getting worse and
no,
worse.
This is awful. And I just my friend made it seem like he invited us to the show, but he literally didn't. We had to buy tickets, but we still say he did.
Okay.
It's fine. Noah Khan thing was cool. It was really cool. I didn't know what to say though.
So I know you love it now. Did you ever, at any point in time when you transferred, feel any sort of regret or second guess?
Yes. Yes, and I still do. All the time. There's always a little thing in my head that's you should have stayed. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, no, because I wasn't happy there. Right. And I wouldn't have stayed. I could not have imagined being there for 4 years. I can't. I can't even think about that. It's that school is so out of my league. It's not even funny. I'm so honored that I got in there, but I'm not the student they want. They got their students who just practice all the time. And I'm just a folk singer-songwriter. Right. But everywhere. It's everywhere I go, I'm in Nashville, Music City, and sometimes I think I should have stayed. What would have happened already for me? Right. But then I'm you know what? No, because nothing would have happened because I'm doing the same thing that I would have done at Berkeley. Mm-hmm. And it's still a personal thing. It's no, you just have to gain the confidence to put your music out there and do this and do that. And bragging rights are cool. Yeah. It's maybe I didn't stay at Berkeley, but I got in there. It's like if you got into Harvard and you're just like, I didn't go.
I was too good for that.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, there's regrets with anything, I feel like.
But you just have to focus forward.
You do,
You
move
can't
forward.
say what if.
I hate the past.
No.
And I hate the
Yeah.
future. And I hate the unknown. And I hate
You have to be
just
present,
thinking.
but also have goals for the future.
No,
And
literally.
nothing more than that.
Exactly. Oh, she needs a crown. You need to start wearing a crown. Literally. No, because it's so true. It's like, I don't think there's one decision I've made and haven't been like, damn. I mean, like, some decisions are easier than others,
Right.
obviously, but there's always a little voice. In my head, personally, it's like, what if you did that?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, I mean, I'm dragging myself, moping around, being like, I really wish I stayed. I really don't wish I stayed.
Right.
I'm glad of who I met there. I'm so thankful and honored that I was accepted there. It was a dream of mine forever. But, you know, sometimes you just have to move forward. The
Mhm.
past can't fix it.
Yeah.
And who knows? If I wanted to go back, I could.
So you said you're thankful for like all the people you've met.
Mhm.
So I want to hear more about like new friends and connections you've
Oh.
made, and also like have you maintained connections with the people that you met at Berkeley?
Oh, I like this question because, like, I was so nervous about meeting new friends. And I'm
Right.
sure, like, anyone going into a new place, like, UMass is huge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I would have made friends, like, anywhere. I was so nervous. And it's not even like I was kind of just, like, pitying. I was like, oh, poor me. I'm not going to make friends. It wasn't like that. It was just more like, who is going to, like, connect with me? Because there's so many different people.
Right.
They had their own category of people. I mean, you got the music people, and then you got the music people. And it's great. I support them. I love them. But I didn't have connections at Berkeley like I do now.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because I was home. And I was on campus, but it's not a campus.
Okay.
It's like city. So it's a commuter school. You kind of just go there. There's nowhere to hang out, really.
Right.
It's just really difficult. I mean, like, I was going home for dinner. I wasn't there. I had no desire to, like, stay there. And the friends I did make, I mean, I'm close with I'm not even close with them. I'll check in.
Yeah.
I'll say hi. If I see them, I'll say hello. How are you? How's Berkeley? But they don't take up a lot of room because I didn't really get the chance to. I still wish them so much love and, like,
Of course.
care. And
But you found your people.
I found my
at
people. I found
new
my
school.
people. And yeah, at Belmont, I mean, I met a really good friend of mine who is a good friend of mine now at transfer orientation.
Mm-hmm.
And I met two good friends, actually, who are my good friends now. And one is she's a commercial voice major,
Oh, that's
so she
cool.
can sing. Like, you have those people who can sing. Like, I can sing, but she can sing.
Oh.
Like, she can.
It's
Oh,
amazing. I
Yeah.
wish.
no, like, she's, ugh. And it's jazzy too, so it's, like, unique.
Oh,
And I'm like, God.
cool.
And then I have my other friend who wants to be an actress, so I'm always helping her with her self-tapes and stuff. She's the best.
Oh, that must be so fun to have like
Yeah.
friends who are all just having those big
Yeah.
dreams like that.
It is. It is. I mean, we kind of cheer each other on because we get
Mhm.
it. It's like, what if this doesn't happen for me? It's like, but that's anything. I mean, I have friends in psych, and, like, I have friends, like, yeah, they have their dreams, but also they have their degrees. Like,
Right.
you know, my roommate's a nursing major.
Mhm.
We, like, bounce off each other. Like, she has to study and I have to practice, but they're not the same at all. Like,
Right.
she's grinding. Like, I walk in there and she's, like, going crazy. She's like, I have to highlight these, but my highlighter, I'm like, okay, like, you
Do your
need
thing.
Adderall. But, like, literally, but, like, you know, that's how it is. And she's
Yeah.
really good at, like, being on top of her stuff, and we balance each other out. She's a great friend. And I met my, like, literally one of my best friends there. Her name's Reagan. Hi, Reagan.
You better be listening.
No, literally, she's great. She is awesome. And she's from Jersey, so I could literally go see her whenever. And my friend Abby just came home with me for to see Boston and stuff, so I posted a
Wow.
bunch about that.
Oh my god.
And her friends are great, and I was introduced to her friends through her. And when we have little wine nights, and, like, she has a house, and she's a sophomore, and it's just so fun. I mean, like, it's different friendships.
Right.
And now it's like, it's not like I love my friends here. I love my friends here, but it's just each friendship I've made in the past, like, 4-6 months has been so different than any other friendship. Like, you know, it's different. It's
Yeah.
a different bond. it's great.
Ugh.
I never believed that stuff. Like, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be friends with the same people. Like, no, like, I've had my people. Like, these are my people. And, like, you feel it, too.
That's awesome.
It's so great.
So obviously you've grown a lot from this whole experience. How do you feel that you've grown personally from transferring?
Well, I've definitely gotten more mature. Like, I know I said that before, but there's a level of immaturity when you're home. And then it's a whole different ball game when you're like out living in a different state, before Nashville, I never flew on a plane by myself. I never, had to do things like that by myself. And I'm all for being alone. I do everything on my own.
Right.
I get my nails done by myself. I go have lunch by myself. But it's different when you are getting on a plane by yourself and waiting for your bags by yourself and trying to book a hotel by yourself. And it's getting to my head a little bit. I'm like, I'm an adult. I said that to my dad. I was like, I'm an adult. I can do what I want. Like, I got sick a few weeks before I left, and I was like so fed up with my room. I could not be in my dorm, and I had some money. I was like, I'm just gonna get a hotel. I can do that. And I did. And then he was mad. And I was like, wait, what? I'm an adult. I know, but I can. It's my money. And I did that, and it's like weird things like that. So, coming back here is definitely hard for me because I have my own, I'm working better at communication. I'm like trying to like talk about how I feel more and not get so upset and triggered and like angry.
Right.
And that's something I've been always like kind of dealing with, kind of just like freaking out when something goes wrong. And I just been kind of, trying to ease down, settle myself before I talk, because I'll say anything when I'm mad.
Yeah.
I'll literally go up in flames. I'm surprised I haven't caught it on fire. Like, literally. I get really triggered.
Yeah.
And lately it's just I have been better at, handling myself. It's like I have my own little routine. I wake up, I go to work, and then the days I don't have work, I'm working out and then doing my work, trying to do my work. And then, I go for walks and I hang out with friends. I try to make plans to accommodate. I go on dates.
Okay.
Weird. I don't really
like
do that often. I know. I go on dates. Some have been weird. Some have been good. But
we'll need another episode for that.
No, literally to be continued. But like the maturity has changed.
Yeah.
I've definitely I see things a lot different now. It's like what I was stressing about does not matter.
And I can tell that you've grown so much.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think?
I really do.
I'll cry. No, you've grown.
Stop.
I watch everything. Like, I see you. I don't think you understand. I stalk regular Reese.
Stop.
No, I do. No, it's like you're so aesthetic. It's
No,
like,
but you
yeah,
are too.
my matcha, and then hold on, I'm going for a run. Wake up and run. I'm like, no, you're right. You're right. I have to wake up and run. It's like so good. And then I love her 6 days till Christmas.
Stop.
Like, I'm counting down with you. It's so fun.
love
And you got a new
stop.
puppy?
Yeah.
That's another thing. I think I'm so mature now. I want a dog. It's so easy to get a dog in Nashville. It is.
You're getting your hotel. You're getting your
Oh my
dog.
God. No, literally the dogs are so cheap. That sounds so awful. They're so cheap. On sale, clearance dogs. But I love them. They're
my
really
God.
cute. Good for you.
Good for you.
Good for us.
Yeah, look at us. So what goals do you have for the future?
Too many. I have a lot of goals. Going back to Nashville, I really want to put myself out there more. Not like friend-wise, that's fine. I can make friends. But music-wise, I don't know what the heck is going on with me. I just got to get out there and, perform more because it's what I want to do. And I want to intern. I want to intern so bad at a label. How cool. Like,
That'd be so
all the
cool.
major labels are there and stuff. Like, people Taylor Swift is signed to, Morgan Wallen signed there. Like, it's just how cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So that's definitely a big goal of mine. I think that works on credits or something. It might. And then study abroad.
You have to.
Oh, I need to. Belmont has great opportunities too. Like, Italy is one, Paris.
I'll give you all the info after
No,
I
literally.
go.
No, yeah, you have to. You have to make a little brochure for me.
I will.
Thinking about rushing.
Ooh.
I know, but I'm so not a sorority girl.
I know, but you might love it.
That's what I'm saying. I want to do it because I want to make friends. Like, I heard it's a great, like, little community thing. But then, my friend asked me, like if I'm gonna rush, and I said into where, so I didn't really get that term.
Now
So
we know the lingo.
no, literally, I don't even. I was like, what? I was like, where?
Where are we rushing?
No, literally, I was like, into where? Where are we going? And I was panicking. I was like, God, but I don't know. I feel like I don't fit into the Southern sorority thing.
Yeah,
But
you
who
kinda
knows?
just
Maybe
have to
I
try
will.
it. And
I know,
maybe
because you can
won't.
leave at any time.
Yeah, and then
But who knows?
That's
That's
cool, though.
definitely a goal of mine.
So looking back, what advice would you give to everyone on transferring?
Everyone, I'm telling you, it's a hard decision. But if you feel like, dropping out, taking a step back and going back to school, taking a step back and working, do what you want to do. It's really hard to be like, don't go to school. And it's really hard to be like, go to school. I feel like if you are really considering it and want information, you can always reach out.
Mm-hmm.
You can always ask questions. Anyone is willing to help. It's a huge decision. At the end of the day, you're the only one it matters for, because it's your experience. It's literally your college experience. It's no pressure yet.
Yet.
I support it.
Well, that was all so good.
This is so good.
Oh my God.
I love this.
I want to do this again. We'll be back again.
To
like
be
we said,
continued,
part
my dating
2.
life.
Thank you so much. Do you have any final thoughts? Did we cover everything you wanted to cover?
She's great.
Oh, she's great.
It's awesome.
What is your music account? I want everyone to go follow it.
Ava Petrillo Music.
Yes, everyone go
And
check her out. She's
go check out my
amazing.
music. Literally.
Support her.
Support this. No, literally, because this has actually helped me a lot, like school wise and stuff. Like, because you're doing so well, and I know you had your own struggle things, and I really give you so much credit, because this, I couldn't. Like, it's
this
so
girl's
good.
the best.
It's so good.
Guys, go support her. Thank you so much again for watching, listening, wherever you're tuning in. Thank you so much, Ava.
Thank you.